Welcome back, everybody. This is Aretha in New York City, Ground Zero. I hope you can hear me. I'll be talking about Roberta Flack and staying in your soft strength as resistance. So let me start with Roberta. Roberta Cleopatra Flack was born in strong name, Asheville, North Carolina on February 10th, 1937, to Laron Flack and Irene Flack. Both of her parents were musicians. Flack was raised in Arlington, Virginia. Her earliest musical influence came from the African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church, which was different from the ecstatic sounds of the Southern churches that we hear in people like Ray Charles's music. Though she played at home, she started taking piano lessons at the age of 9 and liked and was exposed to popular music such as R&B, jazz, blues, and pop. At 13, she won second place honors for playing European classical music. She was classically trained in that style as well. And at the age of 15, she was enrolled at Howard University on a musical full scholarship. At 16, she earned money teaching music to people, and she would go on and teach at an all white school for a short time while she was still in school. She won 2 Grammy Awards, 1972 and 1973. Of course, she has an amazing voice. You need to listen to her. And she excelled at storytelling through music. In August 1999, the VH1 listed Flack as one of the 100 greatest women of rock and roll. I think she can get all the way up to top 10, but hey, that's just me. She died in New York City on February 24th, 2025, so just this year. Militance is essential to the survival of the Black community. So we have to be aware and ready to fight against, work against anti-Blackness, white supremacy. That's a given. However, sometimes this fight response is a racial trauma response, and it keeps us stuck in the survival mode of flight, fight, freeze. Not only does this kind of survival mode, natural part of our body, turns off the rational brain. So you're just automatic survival brain. The consequence of this is being in survival mode all the time causes chronic stress, which is harmful to your body, harmful to your mind, harmful to relationships. So when I talk about soft strength, that is just me using less clinical terms of saying turning off your survival brain and turning on your rational brain, where you can use strength. Soft strength is militance that's regulated, self-regulated, right? We can't stop people from activating us, but as adults, we have to self-regulate. Some women call this their feminine side, but all people need to switch off and try their soft strength, especially when we're around those who are nearest and dearest to us. Like some people will be very nice to people who are harming them at work, and then they'll come home and they'll take that resentment out on the people nearest to them. It's no, if people are giving me grief at work, I'm going to use my soft strength there and put them in their place and come home soft to the people who love me. Let me go on. Additionally, unfortunately, because we're swimming around in a pool of anti-Blackness and white supremacy in this society, as well as most of us experience some kind of human trauma, sometimes the people close to us treat us badly as well. They recreate the trauma in the world and they bring it in our private spaces. Some of them have internalized anti-Blackness, so they see us as lesser beings, women are not worthy, children should be hit and treated like black children, and they usually mean something negative by that. And so then you're in your home again and you're feeling activated by these things, and you might want to go to your brain will switch on to your survival fighting. So my thing about this is that my first way of coping with this is paying attention to when I'm around people, how they make me feel. Can I be vulnerable? Can I be myself? Can I be my version of black? Or do I feel the need to protect myself or explain myself? And if I find I'm around you and I'm not feeling free and safe and I'm arguing all the time in a contentious way and not in an intellectual way, then I'm not going to keep company with you much longer, because I'm not going to stay in my fight, flight, survival mode to keep your company, because I deserve better. Also, people often confuse drama with passion. Chronic stress that keeps you in that fight flight mode of guessing and feeling unsafe, that's drama. That's for TV. You watch that, you don't live that. Passion is something different. It's I'm passionate about a positive black identity, so I keep on reading it and I'm attached to it and I want other people to be passionate about it. But this isn't drama. This is life-giving. So that's the difference, is what is it, building you up or is it tearing you down? When I'm cursing back and forth with someone all the time about, do I trust you? Are you telling me the truth? That's drama. Those things are for television and not for my private life. And a second coping mechanism I had before I had all this knowledge about trauma and all of that when I was young is listening to music as a way of cultivating this soft strength. And Roberta Flack, even her voice conveys that softness, that kind of life. And so I loved her music, always have, always will. And one of my favorite songs is by her is First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, but I'm not going to read that because that's a little bit too intimate. So instead I'm going to read I Feel Like Making Love to You, which strangely enough is less intimate. So it goes like this: strolling in the park, watching winter turn to spring, walking in the dark, seeing lovers do their thing. Oh, that's the time I feel like making love to you. That's the time I feel like making dreams come true. Oh, baby, when you talk to me, when you're moaning sweet and low, when you're touching me and my feelings start to show. Oh, that's the time I feel like making love to you. That's the time I feel like making dreams come true. Oh, baby, in a restaurant, holding hands by candlelight, while I'm touching you, wanting you with all my might. Oh, that's the time I feel like making love to you. That's the time I feel like making dreams come true. Oh, baby. Strolling in the park, watching winter turn to spring, walking in the dark, seeing lovers do their thing. Oh, that's the time I feel like making love to you. That's the time I feel like making dreams come true. Oh, baby. Imagine leaving work and playing that on your way home. It kind of changes the mood, right? So, in closing, in the US, with the constant misogynoir where people hate on black people as a pastime, hate on black women specifically as a pastime, and constantly try to show us as being unworthy of love, unworthy of the kind of life that Roberta Flack just sang about, where even some of our black men treat us like we're the least desirable of all women. These songs constantly reminds us to expect that kind of tenderness. And that kind of tenderness is resistance. Thank you for listening.